If your social media manager's main question is, what should he post today? You may have a serious problem because businesses do not need more random posts. They need a system that turns their knowledge into attention, turns that attention into trust, and eventually turns that trust into customers. That is the difference between managing social media and actually growing a business through social media. In this video, I'm going to show you the complete system I would use to grow almost any expert-led business through social media and YouTube. And I'll also explain why getting thousands of views can still produce almost zero revenue. The real social media problem. Most businesses treat social media like a daily administrative task. Make a graphic, write a caption, add some hashtags, publish it, repeat tomorrow. After 3 months, they have a lot of content but very little business growth. The problem is not necessarily the quality of the editing. It is that the content has no commercial architecture behind it. There is no clear answer to 5 important questions. Who are we trying to reach? What problem does that person urgently want solved? Why should they listen to this business? Where should they grow after consuming the content? How will we know if the content produces revenue? If your content strategy cannot answer those questions, you do not really have a strategy. You have a posting schedule, social media management versus a growth system. A traditional social media manager may focus on publishing frequency, captions, designs, comments, and follower growth. Those things matter, but they are only parts of a much larger machine. A growth-focused content partner should understand the entire customer journey. That journey looks like this: research, idea, packaging, production, distribution, lead capture, nurturing, conversion, and analysis. Every stage influences the next one. A great video with a weak title may never get watched. A viral video without a relevant call to action may never generate a lead. And a large audience without a clear offer may create popularity without creating a profitable business. So when I help a business grow, I'm not asking only how can we get more views. I'm asking how can we build a repeatable path from content to customer. I call this the content to customer system. It has 4 main parts. Part 1, create content around customer problems. The first part is customer intelligence. Most businesses create content around what they want to say. Effective businesses create content at the intersection of what they know exceptionally well, what their ideal customer needs, what people are already interested in consuming, what naturally connects to their service. Imagine that you own an accounting firm. A weak content idea might be 3 facts about our accounting company. A stronger idea would be 5 tax mistakes that quietly cost small businesses thousands of dollars. The second idea starts with an existing customer problem. This doesn't mean every video should be a sales pitch. In fact, it shouldn't be. It means your content should demonstrate how you think, what you understand, and what kind of problems you are qualified to solve. A simple research process is to collect questions from sales calls, customer emails, online reviews, comments and direct messages, competitor content, source suggestions, conversations with your best customers. Then organize those questions into 3 categories: pain, aspiration, and objection. What is causing the customer pain? What result do they want? What is stopping them from taking action? Those 3 categories can generate bunch of relevant content. Part 2, package the idea correctly. A valuable idea is not enough. It also has to be packaged in a way that earns attention. On YouTube, that means the idea, title, and thumbnail. On Instagram or TikTok, it means the first visual and opening sentence. On LinkedIn, it is usually the first 1 or 2 lines. This is where many businesses get the process backwards. They create the entire video and think about the title at the end. A better process is to decide the premise before production begins. Before recording, we should know who is this for, what problem are we addressing, what outcome are we promising, why should someone believe us, what will make this more useful than similar content. For example, social media tips for businesses is broad and forgettable, but why your business gets engagement but no qualified leads creates specificity, tension, and curiosity. The content may contain similar information, but the packaging gives it a chance to travel. Great content is the product, packaging is the distribution advantage. You need both. Part 3, build a content waterfall. The next step is leverage. A business owner should not have to invent a completely new idea every day. Instead, begin with one strong pillar asset. That could be a YouTube video, a podcast episode, a customer interview, a webinar, a detailed article, or one focused filming session. Then turn that asset into multiple pieces of content. One YouTube video could become 4 short-form videos, 1 LinkedIn post, 1 carousel, several text posts, an email newsletter, a blog article, a customer FAQ, and ideas for future videos. That is not simply copying and pasting the same content everywhere. The central idea remains consistent, but the presentation changes for each platform. YouTube needs a strong viewing experience, Instagram needs fast visual communication, LinkedIn needs professional relevance, email needs a more direct personal conversation. This is how a business can maintain quality and consistency without forcing the owner to live on social media. The owner provides the expertise, the content team turns that expertise into an efficient distribution engine. Part 4. Connect attention to revenue. This is the step that most businesses miss. They publish useful content, receive some views, perhaps gain followers, and then give the audience nowhere meaningful to go. Think about your social media profile like a busy street. Your content gets people to walk past your business, but if there is no sign, no menu, and no entrance, people keep walking. Your content needs a relevant next step. That could be downloading a guide, joining an email list, requesting an audit, watching a case study, booking a consultation, trying a product, or replying with a specific keyword. The call to action should match the content. If the video is about YouTube mistakes, offer a YouTube channel checklist. If the post is about generating leads, offer a lead generation audit. This is called contextual conversion. Instead of adding the same generic contact us message to everything, you give people the next logical step based on the problem they are currently thinking about. That reduces friction and produces better qualified leads. Stop measuring only views. Now we need to discuss metrics. Views matter because attention is necessary, but views are not the final objective for most businesses. A video watched by 100 ideal customers can be more valuable than a video watched by 100,000 random people. So we look at two categories of metrics. First, attention metrics. Click-through rate, watch time, audience retention, saves, shares, comments. Then business metrics. Profile visits, email subscribers, qualified inquiries, calls booked, conversion rate, customer acquisition cost, revenue influenced by content. Ultimately, one of the most useful questions is how much qualified business did this content create? Sometimes your highest viewed content will generate very few customers. Meanwhile, a smaller and more specific video may bring in several valuable opportunities. That is why content decisions should not be controlled by vanity metrics alone. What the business owner should actually do. At this point, you might be thinking, this sounds like a full media company. I don't have time for all of this. And that is exactly the point. The business owner should not be responsible for every stage. Your highest value responsibilities are usually sharing your expertise, providing customer insights, approving the strategic direction, and appearing in the content when necessary. A capable content team can own the rest. Research, ideation, scripting, production planning, editing, thumbnails, publishing, repurposing, lead capture systems, and analytics. The goal is not to remove the founder's authentic voice. The goal is to capture that voice without making the founder the operational bottleneck. Your ideas should remain yours. The production machine around those ideas should become systematic. So if your business is publishing regularly but you are not seeing consistent leads, the solution may not be to create more content. You may need to fix the system behind the content. You need the right customer research. You need stronger ideas and packaging. You need a repeatable production process. You need a content waterfall. And most importantly, you need a killer path from attention to revenue. This is the kind of system I help businesses build and operate through social media like YouTube. We don't just publish content to make your accounts look active. We build content designed to increase visibility, establish authority, capture demand, and create measurable business opportunities. If you want me to look at your current content and show you where your biggest growth opportunities are,